Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And a lot of times we're showing you some shoes that are pretty pricey.
Yep.
But today, we're showing you shoes that are $150 and below.
All right. And I don't know if I would consider that budget, but in today's world of inflationary concerns and questions, I think we almost have to.
What might have been 3 years ago, $120, now $150 is kind of that, I think that's your entry level price tag.
It's wild to think about, but it's true.
Yeah. So, but the great news is there are plenty of shoes that fit in that category, and there's actually some of our favorite shoes that fit in that category. And we're gonna go through them alphabetical order. And Robbe, what does that mean?
It means we're probably gonna start out with a shoe that starts with an A. So let's get into it. Why don't we start out with Adidas?
I mean, this one's gonna be a banger. Everybody that's tried it loves it, at least on our team. And it's the Evo SL. Coming in at $150, the shoe is a steal.
Yeah, so I just got this shoe. I actually haven't even run in it, like just got it. So you need to tell me about the shoe. I hear a lot of people talking about it online. In fact, they did a limited drop in December. The full release comes in March. But what do you love about this shoe?
Well, first off, this would have been my shoe of the year if we had agreed that the release date was in 2024. So it's got to hold that spot in 2025 and see if it can make it through the entire year. There's some really good shoes coming out. But what made this shoe amazing was this Light Strike Pro right here in the midsole. You're getting that race day feel. This is the same Light Strike that was in the Pro 3, not the Pro 4, but it doesn't have a plate or anything like that. It's just a nice piece block of really premium foam and a great looking upper. I think the styling, it just keeps it simple. It seems like this would be such an easy thing to do, but we're gonna find out it's not that easy to do, to make a nice, simple shoe that works. It's got the Conti rubber on the bottom. You got a nice solid heel counter and heel and ankle collar up here. The fit is nice, it's light, it just feels great, it's fun to run in.
All right, I think that's a great one to start out with. Let's get on to shoe number 2.
Bringing in one of your favorites, Robbe.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was my favorite, best overall, everything inclusive shoe of 2024. The price point, the materials in it, the feel of it, the versatility. And this is the Adidas Adizero SL2.
Gets a little weird because you got the Evo SL, and now you've got the Adizero SL2.
Yeah, it's a little confusing to remember everything.
Yeah.
But this is a great shoe. It just looks good. It feels good on the foot. The underfoot feel, the midsole with the Light Strike Pro insert and the Light Strike 2.0 midsole carrier is just a really nice combination. Gives a really, almost like that true running feel underfoot.
And I have to say, I gotta give Adidas like style points. Like all their shoes, they just look good.
Yeah, and I think anyone who's pretty much picked up this shoe has really loved it. It's a little bit narrow, shallow in the toe box, but other than that, I just think it's a fantastic shoe that can kind of do everything at a pretty good price point. All right, Thomas, next up, and we're still in the A category. We're talking about Asics.
Asics. So this shoe has always been one of our favorites. It's gotten kind of tweaked over the years since its original version, but we're talking about the Novablast, and this is the Novablast 5. While I wasn't as thrilled about the upper, this new foam that comes in is really delightful.
Yeah, and at the $140 price point, you're getting a really nice ride with that Blast Max midsole. It's not quite the same as you're getting from maybe the Turbo and the Super Blast, but it's soft, it's bouncy, it's comfortable, it's
a people pleaser.
It is a people pleaser. So maybe it's not gonna lean towards the faster side of things, more towards the daily training side of things, but it's gonna give you a nice ride overall.
Even though I had a little bit of issues with the upper not being as dialed in as I would have wanted it to be, it's still a great upper. It's still a great looking shoe. This is in that plum crazy color that you like.
Plum crazy purple, Joe Dirt knows.
Yeah, but we've seen some other versions and other colors, and Asics is gonna go wild with this one in color, so you're gonna be able to find a pair that matches your style. And I think that underfoot feel of this cushioning is really gonna make this shoe sing for you. And at $140, it really is a good deal.
Yeah.
Moving on to the B's, Robbe.
Yep, we're slowly getting our way through the alphabet. So we're talking about the Brooks Ghost Max 2 here.
It's not as cushioning as some Max shoes that you might get out there, and it's certainly the Glycerin Max is on a whole different level of bouncy and responsive. But this one does a pretty good job at its price point.
Yeah, for a Max Cushion shoe at $150, you're getting a lot of comfort, especially in the upper, talking really comfortable tongue and collar and everything else. And then you're getting this DNA Loft midsole, which isn't super soft. It's kind of a little more dense, but it still just provides a solid, comfortable ride overall.
Would you call this a rocker midsole? I don't know how to call it a rocker, but it has that kind of smooth transition that I really like, and there's plenty of rubber on there. This shoe, not only is it a great price point, but it's gonna be really durable.
Yeah, so at $150, you're getting a pretty good deal.
So the Brooks Ghost Max, really great at cruising, but say you want to turn up the heat, where are you going?
Yeah, this is pretty much the opposite of that. We're talking about the Hyperion 2, and this is actually the GTS version, but it's pretty similar to the standard version, just has a little bit of an extra support here. Either version is really light, really quick, really fast. I feel like Brooks has finally figured out their DNA Flash foam. It's dialed in, it just gives you that really good feeling that's both, I wouldn't say it's not soft, it's just, I hate using the word responsive. I try to stay away from it. But it's a good, just right amount of bounce and road feel. It feels fast, it feels good, it feels like a pure running shoe. That's what I love about the Hyperion.
Okay, and we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the uppers on all the Hyperion shoes. Yeah. They really nailed the uppers on the entire line all the way through.
Yeah, so for $140, you're getting a quick up-tempo shoe that can go with you as a lightweight daily trainer or anything at faster paces. All right, next up, Thomas, we are moving on to Hoka.
Boy, this is going fast.
Yeah, we got
like almost Mach speed.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, you see where I was going?
So previously, our favorite Hoka budget shoe was the Rincon. That they also released a version of that this year, which kind of fell flat. I feel like
they put too much rubber on it.
Yeah,
killed it.
I think everybody kind of. Yeah, but we have the Mach 6 here for $140 that fills in that gap nicely.
This one is a really good shoe. Like when we were putting together the shoes and trying to get ones under 150, I didn't even think of the Mach 6 because it feels like that elevated premium product. Upper's great. This foam, it's like a supercritical foam that it just feels great underfoot.
Yeah, and it's lightweight. Again, you can take it it could be a daily trainer, tempo, kind of whatever you need it to be. It's pretty simple overall.
The foam is super energetic and it's cushioned enough that even Megan, who typically wants a Max Cushion shoe when she's running, really likes this shoe and has put a lot of miles in it. This is her second pair actually that I'm holding here, and just loves this shoe.
And it's half the price of the Cielo X1.
If you really want to pep this up and you do want to step up to the next level, you can go with the Mach X2 and get that little bit of extra foam and plate and all that jazz. But for $140, is this $140?
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to beat this.
There you go.
This next one's a real surprise ride. We're coming in with the Mizuno-NEO-ZEN.
Yeah.
It was the Neo mystery shoe number one, but we knew what it was all the time. It's the Neo-ZEN. And this one is probably the closest feeling foam to the Evo SL that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And there's another shoe, I can't believe the price because it really gives you that premium ride.
I have a feeling, this is $150 by the way, I have a feeling that this and the Evo SL are gonna be battling it out come 2025 for some top spots. Of course, there's many shoes to come, but I've been running in the shoe the last few days and I gotta say, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for it. Not high hopes, I just didn't have like any expectations at all. Mm-hmm. And then this is a great shoe. I'm really loving it.
Well, you also like the Neo Vista, which has the TPU plate.
Right, right.
This is the non-plated version. It feels really good. I was actually a little surprised that you liked it. I knew that Megan would like it because it's got so much cush. It's squishy.
So here's the thing. I like a soft shoe if it has a good bounce to it. I don't like the sinking in feeling when the shoe's soft, but this has a great bounce to it. So I feel like it balances things out.
I get what you mean. Like sometimes it feels like you're running in sand if it's too soft.
Right.
This one does have that feeling like you can still kick it.
The shoe looks ridiculous. Like this, I don't know what the actual stack height is on this, but it has a little bit of a wider base, so it doesn't feel that unstable. And I don't know, it's just a good, really nice shoe. It's pretty light, like fairly lightweight for everything here.
I will say there was one thing I had to do here. I did size down. I went from a size 10 and a half to a size 10. You did as well?
Yeah, and I think that's across the board. I don't know if they're going to do an inline change to fix that, but I go a half size down from your.
Or at least try it on. Maybe try your regular size and try a half size down.
Yeah, but this is a great shoe.
All right, Robbie, this is definitely one of my favorite shoes of 2024. Been one of my favorite shoes every year. I think there was a little break in there during the third version, but now we're on the Rebel 4 and they brought it back to something fun.
Yeah, you get that FuelCell midsole that's kind of a mix of EVA, PIBA blend, where it's just a really nice, bouncy midsole. Rebel V2 was one of those huge hits that everybody kind of loved, simple, lightweight.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, and then 3 dialed it back was kind of boring. It was a miss, let's be honest. And yeah, people are loving this.
Yeah, they brought the style. There's so many colors out there that look great, but the shoe is light on the foot. There's definitely enough cushioning to go any distance you want to go. Some people are going to use it as like a tempo trainer. For me, this is a daily trainer. I used it for everything. It felt great going, easy pace. You can pick it up in it, but I like to, if I'm going to pick it up, I start to like having a plate or something to give you that little extra oomph. But this one is a pretty versatile shoe for the price.
Yeah, and yeah, $140 by the way. Every time I see that price, I think, I'm shocked that this shoe only costs $140, but there you go. All right, Thomas, next up, this is a surprising one because I always consider On shoes to be
expensive.
Yeah, which I think was the case when they first came out. Now it's kind of, everything's evened out with the other brands coming up. So we're talking about the On Cloudrunner 2. This is a $150 shoe that looks and honestly runs above its price point, I feel like.
Yeah, it punches above its weight for sure. I'm always surprised because I always find Megan throwing these on this exact same colorway and everything. And she's just wearing it for casual too. Yeah. So it's done that crossover move for her.
I feel like they finally figured out the Hyperion foam. It's not the best ever, but for On, it's leaps and bounds above where they were before. And it really provides a nice, solid ride, not overly soft, not overly firm, just a kind of good daily trainer ride underfoot.
Yeah, this one isn't gonna wow you, I think, but it does a great job of just being a solid daily trainer. Like this is like a workhorse shoe.
Yeah, and Jarrett, our wide foot reviewer, gave this his daily trainer of the year, so it comes in a wide that's really comfortable, and yeah, the upper's really nice, and it's just a really aesthetically pleasing shoe, I feel like.
And that is one of the things that I've had trouble with On. I have a low volume foot, and so sometimes the uppers don't fit the best, and we've seen like some of them even didn't fit well at all, even for anybody. But this shoe does a really nice job of locking down. This is one of their better fitting shoes. Robbie, this next one's kind of surprising because you're getting full length P-backs, not PIBA, but the actual.
Yeah, when you're getting the real thing, you put it on the midsole. We're talking about the Topo Athletic Cyclone 3. Now look, I was a huge fan of the last version of the shoe, the Cyclone 2. It's very similar. I think it actually lost maybe a little bit of weight even, which is crazy.
Yeah, for my size 10 and a half, it's 7.5 ounces.
Yeah.
Or 210 grams.
Right, and this is a very simple shoe, 28 millimeters of stack in the heel, 23 in the forefoot. So we're talking pretty stripped down, very lightweight upper. You know, we talked about the Brooks Hyperion earlier in the video. It's a similar range as that shoe, I would say.
It definitely feels super light on the feet. It's up-tempo shoe. The thing that people have been giving us a little crap because we enjoy a well-cushioned shoe, and I will say, taking this out, I have been spoiled. This lower stack did kind of like, I didn't know if I was getting enough protection that I really wanted under my feet for what I wanted. It was probably fine. If I probably spent more time in it, I'd work up those muscles and probably be better off. But for a shoe that's shaped like a foot, I really like this one.
I mean, it looks pretty good. I probably wouldn't take this for a 20-mile long run. Some of you out there would. But if you're looking for something light and quick that feels like that just running with nothing on your foot type feel, I think you're really gonna like this, especially if you're someone who may have been an ultra fan, who's looking for maybe a little bit of drop with still that foot shape. Yeah, I think Topo's done a really good job. And this shoe comes out in February 2025 for $150. All right, Thomas, anything else? for this review today?
No, I think this shows you that there's plenty of options out there for someone who's looking for a budget shoe. And the great thing is, a lot of these shoes, if you go back and look at the version before, they're going to be on sale or something like that. So you can probably get them at even better prices.
I feel like I've already seen the SL2 on sale for $90 or less. If you like waiting for sales, you can surely jump on some of these shoes that we showed, because these are 2024 models that we have now. In 6 months, they're going to be a little bit older. I'm sure you can find those sales.
But what I have to say, in general, we show a lot of shoes and we talk about a lot of price points. Anywhere, like the median price for our shoes now seems to be $160 and above for a lot of the shoes that we're reviewing. This shows you that there's a lot of shoes available in that $150 price range that are going to give you a really nice, maybe it won't have all the bells and whistles, but it's still a really premium running experience. There's plenty of stuff out here that you can feel confident running and getting that great experience from at a price that's not going to break the bank.
Absolutely. So happy bargain hunting out there. Hope this video was helpful. If you can, like the videos, please subscribe. We have a lot more best of and previews and other things coming up. And 2025 is looking to be a good year, so we're excited for that.
All right. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
See, for a budget, you're getting it 2 times.
Yeah, and then follow us on all the things in our description too.
Sometimes when Rob is talking, I just I blank out.
Right, yeah. And I'll put all the shop links in the description as well, so you can make sure if you want to pick up a shoe, you can do that too.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll put all the shop links in the description. You can check that out too.
I'm dying.
Right? Or is it a fiber plate?
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
a plated trainer plastic plate.
They're not actually, it could be. I'm sorry, I just derailed this.